Today, Don Charles's son, George Fox, actually had a conversation with you, and you said, we can go to London, we can have a street fight, 4 versus 4. What was that about? Also, when you were asked about media, about the shot, you said, again, I'm ready to rematch Dubois now, let's do it street fight. Why is this? Has it bothered you?
Again, guys, I don't want to keep promoting the last video, but I covered this street fight altercation with Don Charles, his son, and Usyk. Right here, obviously, questioned him on the low blow, and I broke that down, guys, and for me, cleared the controversy of the low blow. So check that out.
Listen, I'm ready right now. Not after tomorrow, right now, today.
So Usyk, basically, for those of you who haven't watched it, he was offered, Usyk offered him a 4-on-4 street fight after the fight, and Don Charles' son basically said, on the street, I'll take your eyes out of your head. We're not talking about boxing, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, he acted up a bit, and then he goes, forget the street, let's just talk, let's fight now. Usyk only said that to him because Don Charles just kept piping up about the low blow. Don Charles' son, he just kept piping up. And Usyk just goes, let's just have a 4-on-4 after the fight. Like, your 4 guys versus my 4 guys. But now Usyk's basically saying, he's basically showing him Usyk ain't afraid. If you want to fight him on the street, he'll fight on the street. He just said, yo, I'll have that fight now, right now, forget tomorrow.
But I don't have to my team. It's a Lord and Archie. But this have my team, me, March, Sergey.
Aegis,
yeah.
Aegis ready.
Yeah, Aegis ready right now. Listen.
So Usyk's basically showing, I ain't shook, guys. You want to fight me in the street, I'll fight you as well on the street. Let's go.
Son, I don't know what is...
George Fox is the man you were speaking to yesterday.
George say, you bad guy, blah blah blah. It's a punch was legal, blah 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 blah. I say, hey, listen, how many professional fighters you have? This man, I don't have professional.
That's Don Charles' son, guys. He goes, how many
professional fighters? I do.
He comes out in the crowd. He goes, I do.
No. How many? 5.
You have his brother. You have his
listen.
Cheeseburger in McDonald's in Big Mac menu.
Oh, so Usyk's team's just ripping him now. They're ripping him, guys. They go, all you have is cheeseburgers, Big Mac menu. They're just ripping him, guys.
What you have, okay?
Just it's only talk.
Maybe
we'll see,
one
bro.
big cola.
Yeah, of course.
I said to you from the beginning, I've never cheated boxing. When they were moving the camera, the first thing I said to you, I gave you your respect. I said, what way? I gave you your respect.
It was in the past.
So I gave you respect.
Bro.
The first thing I said is,
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
The Usyk's team, Sergey, is basically speaking over him.
Listen, I do respect for you, for this team. I respect all my opponents. All my opponents who live UK, who live any world.
Can't hear what Don Charles is saying, but you want to hear what he said? Check my last video out.
I said to you, your achievements in boxing, I doubted you. I didn't think you would beat Fury, I didn't think you'd beat Asia, and you did. And I said, you're an incredible fighter. What you achieved in boxing, guess what? My dreams from a young kid, I wish I could achieve what you achieved in boxing.
George, can I just pause you for one moment? I need to relay what you are saying. So you're prefacing this by saying you have a lot of respect for Oleksandr Usyk.
Why did you open that can with the worms? Why did you open that can with the worms? Are we here at the press conference or we're here at the...
So one of his Usyk's teams, one of his managers saying, why are you opening this can of worms? Why are you bringing this geezer into it? Because we already had this yesterday.
Some kind of like bullshitting.
Bullshitting. Obviously, it's about the low blow, guys. They keep bringing the point up about the low blow. They keep bringing it up. One of the Usyk's managers has just got annoyed with it now because like 30. They did like a half an hour of it yesterday. He piped up a bit, and he's trying to bring it into the press conference now, and it's getting annoying. So, is this affecting Usyk? I don't think it's affecting Usyk, but obviously Usyk's team and everyone around him, they are clever. They don't want him to seem like anything happened. And again, I don't think anything did happen, but They don't want this controversy around the fight.
We're here for a bit of everything. George, what was you saying?
No.
I didn't say I asked the question. He's the person that started making it about street fighting. So clearly, I must have hit a nerve.
So now he goes, I was just asking him the question. Usyk made it about street fighting, so he must have hit a nerve. That's what he's basically saying. So again, good way to look at it. Like, I'm not saying Usyk was triggered, but I think he's getting annoyed by it, guys. If someone keeps saying to you, you did this, you did that, and then you got other people questioning your faith, your religion, the way you live your life. Yeah, I think it does annoy Usyk a little bit. Not to where it's affecting him, but it's a tactic that's trying to annoy Usyk. So he's asking him now. He goes, "Yo, it must have hit a nerve that you wanted to do a 4-on-4 street fight."
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, George. George, so basically what George Fox has said is that he feels like he has hit a nerve with Oleksandr Usyk by questioning the low blow or the body shot. Let's bring in, at this point, Daniel Dynamite
Hit a nerve. That's what he's basically saying.
Dubois, who has been sit here quietly so far. Daniel, I've seen you clenching your fist actually a few times whilst all of this is going on. You said you were cheated that night in Poland. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, but it's in the past now. It's happened, you know. I get a chance to put that wrong right and clear up the controversy, you know. There's a lot of shit being talked about right now, but I can't wait to put him to sleep on the night.
So there's a good response from Daniel Dubois. I don't think Dubois himself, it's like this is all Daniel Dubois' team, man. They are all going about this low blow shit. Problem is, guys, if you're so focused on the last fight, you're gonna miss this fight. I like that Daniel Dubois is not really too invested in it. He goes, that's in the past. He goes, I just want to obviously put Usyk away in this fight. Now, it's a good mindset. He's had this sort of mindset in his last few fights. Now, again, I don't respect everything Dubois has done based off his last fucking fight. He was supposed to fight Parker, and in my opinion, he was kind of ducked. So my respect for the guy's gone down. However, mindset-wise, from what he's saying now, it's a good thing what he's saying. He's focused on Usyk. He's not focused on no low blow business. But let's see what he says. He goes, I'm going to put it right. So let's see.
Let's go.
How different is this Daniel Dubois now to the one from 2 years ago?
I think I'm on fire now. I'm on fire, and I'm just pent up. I'm ready to go. It's going to be a bloodbath. I want to just put all the controversy and all of that nonsense to rest and show that I'm a man of the future.
Again, a good mindset. He goes, I'm just going to put it all to rest, and he's going to show he's a man of the future. And Don Charles is nodding his head at that too. But Usyk's got his hand on his mouth. And again, I think Usyk definitely analyzes certain things, and Usyk's definitely understood what's gone on here a little bit. Usyk understands, hang on, Dubois is kind of calm. This is the guy I'm fighting. His team's all fucking pepped up and anti. Usyk doesn't underestimate anyone. Usyk knows how to read everyone he fights. He read Tyson Fury, triggered Tyson Fury to go crazy, say all this crap before the fight. But he can read here. He's good at reading energies. Usyk can feel that Dubois is actually quite calm. So Usyk's trying to obviously keep himself calm. He is calm, but I don't think Dubois is just like fully brought into that low blow nonsense. He probably believes it, but don't want to believe into it too much because it's not going to win you the fight.
I remember the first time you faced off with Oleksandr Usyk 2 years ago, press conference in London, and he started rapping, started moving around. Yesterday, you pushed him and you called him a pussy.
Oh, now obviously Dev's just trying to bring things up. Check my video out, guys, on the push of why did Daniel Dubois push Oleksandr Usyk. So check that video out as well. But I broke the psychology on that. So let's see this.
What was that about?
I don't know about all that. I just know that on the ring, on the night, he'll be doing a funny dance in the ring when I hit him.
You know what it is, guys? I do like how Dubois' mind is, you know. You know what it is? This is... Fighting is psychological, and that's what I look at. I try to pick up psychological telltales, and I believe that Daniel Dubois' psychology, where he's at now, is in a good place. He's like, I'm not reading into none of all that crap about calling him a pussy, this, that. He goes, all I know is when I hit him on the night, he's going to be doing a funny dance. Like, he's straight to the point, guys. He's not over-invested. He doesn't overthink it. Like Tyson Fury fucked himself over trying to go for mind games against Usyk. He done himself over. I said this in my last video, one of my last videos. Daniel Dubois is not as bright as maybe someone like Fury. So that actually gives him an advantage, guys. Sometimes it just allows him to stay focused and locked in.
You believe you'll knock out Oleksandr Usyk?
Yeah.
You already did.
So they're saying you already did, and they're going, I'm hearing shit from Usyk's team.
Let's keep the conversation flowing here. Let's bring in Aegis Klimas from Team Usyk. Aegis, I'm sure you are very much looking forward to this. What are your reflections on Fight 1? What are you thinking about Fight 2?
Hello, everybody.
So Aegis is one of the other Usyk managers. Let's see what he has to say.
Low blow, no blow, sleepless nights for a lot of people.
Low blow, no blow, sleepless nights. He's just laughing about it. Again, he's a bit annoyed that they keep bringing it up, but let's see what he says.
Look, Oleksandr showed what he's capable to do. I guarantee you, if he would see referee start counting, he would be on his feet. Don't call my man a cheater.
So here's Usyk manager having to go back at Don Charles saying, don't call my fighter a cheater.
Because he didn't cheat. He had opportunity to rest, and he rested. I'm sure you had a hit in the balls before, and probably know that feeling. But he was hit in the balls. He went down. Referee didn't.
In my opinion, he wasn't hitting the balls. He was hit above the balls, but it was still low. So that's a little bit incorrect. But he's not wrong that it was below the navel, and that is not a legal place where you can hit someone, in my opinion.
Counted. Referee gave him a time. If you wanted to say something, you got to tell to referee, not to my man. Anyway.
He's right, guys, in what he's saying, though. It's the referee's choice. He's trying to rip into Usyk, but it's the referee that made the call.
Looking forward for July 19th and to hear about Sweet Caroline again. Thank you.
You can tell Don Charles just seems pissed, and that chip on his shoulder just gets bigger and bigger.
Let me just bring Don Charles back in, because I saw...
Oh, he's pissed, man. Don't bring that guy back
Saw
in.
you just shaking your head the entire time, Don.
Shaking his head.
If the referee had started counting that night, what do you think? Do you think Usyk would have got up, or what?
Again, it's my opinion. From what I witnessed, I was 2 meters away from the incident. Right? Not because he's my fighter, Daniel Dubois, that it was against us. There's nowhere in the world. The man I saw, his central nervous system was shut down.
His central nervous system was shut down.
Hence why he was trembling. He didn't even, at no point, grab the area that's supposed to have been hit. Okay?
So again, this just comes back to what I've said before, guys, in my last video. He wasn't hitting the balls. No way Usyk was hitting the balls. But he was hit maybe in the bladder. I've read a few comments. People say he was hitting the bladder. That's probably right. That's still, if the power Dubois has got, he's got a lot of power. I believe he's got more power than most heavyweights. And that's a sensitive area. Whether you're hitting the balls or the bladder, if you're blasted in that area, you're going to go down and you are going to tremble and you are going to shake. There's no, what you guys are not saying is, it doesn't make sense, because it still wouldn't be a legal shot, because yes, it's borderline, but the navel is under the navel. So the fact that Don Charles keeps saying he wasn't hitting the balls, it doesn't matter. This is what the team doesn't understand, man. They keep banging on about it, but I've broken this down already. It does not matter. If it's below the navel, it's a low blow. Doesn't mean he needs to hit you in your fucking balls. It can hit anywhere below the bout line, and it's just a sensitive area that you're not supposed to hit. That's all it is.
At no point did he make it automatically. That's every man here. If you've been hit by a tennis ball, whatever, automatic reaction is to reach for your groin to protect it. But he did no such thing. His hands were permanently just bit by his stomach area, trembling.
I agree with Don Charles in the sense that you're right. If you get hit in the balls, your natural reaction is grab your balls. I get that. But he wasn't hitting the fucking balls, man. Get it in your fucking head. He was not hitting the balls. Someone needs to explain to Don Charles he wasn't hitting the balls. But I think the difference is here, guys. Usyk's team is actually saying he was hitting the balls. Now, there is a cup there. There is a cup. So if you get hit in the cup, your cup obviously protects the groin area. So if you get hit in the cup, it can obviously still like impact the balls because that area is packed. Maybe it has, but I think that Usyk's team doesn't need to say it was hitting the balls. They can say it was hitting the balls. It doesn't matter. As long as it's low, it's legal. When you look at it from the camera on the line, on the belt line, you could say it was low. So that's probably where the confusion's coming from. But yeah, man, there's no point keep banging about it, man.
Okay, there's no way he would have made the count. If I can go back to what Ignis just alluded to, every time Daniel attempted to hit his body, he stopped and pointed to his body. He basically conditioned the referee prior to the actual punch that landed in the 5th round.
So now what Don Charles is trying to say is all those punches that were, you could say, on the belt line, the photos that Usyk has, Usyk kept telling the referee, oh, he's going to hit me, he's going to hit me here. But those shots that Dubois is landing, some of them are low, guys. They're borderline. And he's hit AJ with a similar shot. And that's under the belt line. So they're not really legal. So what Don Charles is saying is, basically, unless Don Charles is justifying you can hit someone low like that, and that's fine, then other than that, it doesn't make sense. If he's justifying all the other shots Dubois done as well, then this makes sense. But really, in terms of boxing rules, it shouldn't really happen. It's too risky to use those shots. You can get away with them sometimes. He got away with about 10 or 15 of them, from what I know. So you can't keep doing it and get away with it. You got to pick your shots. Maybe if Dubois never did any low blow shot throughout the whole fight, kind of on the borderline, and this was the first one, the referee might have started counting. But the fact he kept doing it, Usyk was just telling the referee, yo, he keeps hitting me on the bout line. What's wrong with that? He's saying he's conditioning the referee. The thinking and the logic here is not correct, in my opinion. And again, I was a proponent of, I thought, you know what, that low blow was legal. I've changed my view. The more information I get, I look at it a little bit objectively, especially with the Dubois antics of ducking Parker. I have to look at it objectively, guys.
He conditioned the referee. Referee's only a human being. He panicked. Remember, Oleksandr Usyk is this
referee panic.
Great fighter that when you get to a certain level in sports, any sports, you get some kind of favoritism and protection. The referee panicked, in my opinion.
So he's saying referee panicked and he protected Usyk.
With his decision. He's only a human being, okay? He had already been conditioned prior to the actual punch in question. That's my opinion.
You said one very, very right thing here, all of this conversation. This is your opinion.
Correct.
Right,
I'm entitled to it. And we're living in the days of where everything is recorded and high definition. There is not the days where the picture's a bit fuzzy. So everything I'm saying here, I challenge you or a panel, not today, we don't have time, to go and examine it. We've never really call a panel on this so we can once and for all put it. In fact, you don't need no panel because on the 19th of July, we will show you forensically, as a coach, dissected and investigated you. You will be found that on the 19th, you're going to get knocked out by my guy.
That's what we want to hear.
Looking forward.
I like the last bit of what Don Charles said there. Like, forget the low blow, he threw it out. Fuck the low blow shit, man. That shit's going to make Dubois lose. If you keep banging on about that dumb shit, it's happened now. I like how Dubois jumped in. He goes, that's it. I like how Don Charles has switched it up. He goes, forget that. On the 19th, we're going to dissect you and my man's going to knock you out. Now, again, I will be doing a prediction as we get closer. I've kind of done like a bit of an outline and I'm open to obviously changing my view. I'm not saying Dubois can't win this fight. He has strength to beat Usyk. He definitely does. I just don't like what he's done recently in terms of ducking Parker. That leaves a nasty sour taste in my mouth. It just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. That's where like advantages to Dubois are kind of gone down. Like normally I'd be a lot more favor of Dubois if you watch my videos, but certain antics I just can't respect, and you lose respect for someone, and do you know what I'm saying? Like you just lose that respect. So But I do like what they said. They go on the 19th. You're gonna get found out, and my man's gonna knock you out. And Dubois jumps in and he goes, "That's it. Yeah, on the 19th we'll do the job." And I feel like that's what we want to hear.
For July 19th.
We don't care about no body shots. We're gonna knock him out on the 19th.
That's bang on. It's Usyk that one's who's clapping to this.
Nice plan.
Well, they're
Usyk clapped for that. But I do like the Dubois mindset there.
talking about
Really?
July 19th. Let's bring in Serge Lapin on Team Usyk. Has been sat there fairly quietly so far. Serge, if I've got your attention, let's get your thoughts, not so much on the first fight, but why you believe your man, Oleksandr Usyk, will once again become undisputed world heavyweight champion on July 19th. Give us your thoughts.
So Serge Lapin, this is one of Usyk's right-hand men. So let's see what he says. His English ain't the best, but it's always entertaining to hear this guy. He called John Charles' son a cheeseburger, a Big Mac, and he told him shut the fuck up, basically.
Hi everyone. Вітаю всіх. Зараз багато розмов про заборонений удар в
Okay, he's talking in his language, so I'm just gonna put it.
першому бою. Давайте вспомнім. Дозвольте нагадати про перший бій, що наш хлопець виграв їхнього хлопця всього лиш джебом. Джеб! Це просто джеб. Jab
All I'm hearing is jab. That means they knocked him out of a jab or something.
and knockout. You know, this boxing and jab. And I have special rules for you.
Oh my god. So this guy, it's difficult to hear what he's speaking English isn't the best. But he's brought like a poster that says special rules about how boxing is. He's probably trying to mock him, saying, "Yo, where you can hit low, where you cannot." I brought special rules for you. Let's see this.
And for you, team, maybe I have special analytic. We have the
Boxing lesson.
They're boring fuckers over there, so no one wants them.
we have department
So Dubois basically switched a bit. He goes, "They're boring fuckers over there."
analytic.
Don't listen to these
Guys,
He goes, "Yo, you can have the analytics," and he's passing leaflets on.
and special for
Shut them
you.
up.
And we see you in July in Wembley. This nice.
So Serge Lapin, even though his English is not the best, he came here with prepared. The guy brought leaflets about the leaflet says boxing lesson, and I think it shows where you can hit and where you can't hit and shit, whatever. So this is mind games from Usyk's team, and this guy ain't got the best English, but psychologically, you're not beating Usyk at these sort of games, and that pissed the bar off a bit.
And maybe this guy is McDonald's work. Yes.
Oh my fucking! You know what it is, guys. This guy can't speak English, but he's ripping people. You gotta give it to him. He's calling John Charles' son McDonald's. Got a bit of a belly on him. He goes, "Where's the McDonald's guy?" Fucking hell. Oh man, fair play, man. Fair fucking play.
Maybe you give a big double cheeseburger.
Oh fucking no, man. He's ripping him, guys. He's ripping him. He goes, "Where's McDonald's double cheeseburger?"
And Big Mac. For me, Big Mac. For my team, double cheeseburger, okay?
He goes, "Yo, for me, get me a Big Mac, my team double cheeseburger." He's got jokes, guys, even though he's not full, he can't speak proper English, man. You gotta give him that.
Hi everybody, thank you so much. We go to training camp.
Now look at Dubois. Dubois not triggered by nothing he said. Dubois actually smiling, which is a good sign. Don Charles looks a little bit more agitated, but let's see. Usyk standing up saying we go to training camp.
See you later.
Well, Alexander, just before you go, let me just get a final word from Frank Warren here. Big stadium fight, and then we'll get the face-off.
Well, thanks everybody for coming along. Sorry we started late, but I would like to say also thank you to DAZN. Brilliant partnership, brilliant fights, and this is going to be something special. I want to thank Riyadh Season. I want to thank our fellow promoters ready to fight, and we are ready to fight. 19th of July, you're going to see something special. History.
So Daniel Dubois gets up. I can hear singing. Is that Usyk doing the singing? I don't know who.
Let's get a face-off. Thank you, Frank.
I don't know who's doing the singing there, but now remember Usyk has done face-offs before where he's basically rapped in front of Dubois. He's just showing his confidence, and I did do a breakdown again, guys. I thought I'd just bring it up again where Dubois pushed him. I felt where Usyk was trying to intimidate Dubois, he's putting his 3 fingers up saying I'm gonna win. But last time Dubois didn't do anything. This time it feels like Dubois had to. He felt a bit threatened and he pushed Usyk. Now there's 2 ways of looking at that. I gave my take on what I thought why Dubois pushed him. People have their own version of Dubois insecure, etc. I just think it's a decent tactic. It's showing I'm not taking any disrespect from you. I don't know. But at the same time, Usyk likes people when people get emotional. I don't think Dubois got emotional either. I just think it was fun and games. So let's carry on. So Usyk's waiting on the spot. Dubois checking. This is pure confidence from Usyk. This is Usyk believing I'm not gonna lose this fight, and he's ready. He's ready. He doesn't see Dubois as a threat. Well, not saying he doesn't know what Dubois possesses, but he doesn't see him as a threat, as like someone like a Fury or AJ.
But there you have it, July 19th here at Wembley Stadium. These two go back at it again, but this time for the undisputed heavyweight crown.
And sometimes that can be a downfall, guys, when you overlook someone. Now I don't think Usyk's overlooking him, but so I can cover this. So you got obviously Usyk, Dubois standing at the front. They're not really doing much at the moment. Usyk's putting his 3 finger sign up again. They're gonna obviously face off right now. Basically gonna be 3-time champion. Dubois standing as normal. Frank Oren's in the middle doing the goldfish shoulder roll, as he usually does. Let's see the face-to-face, guys, because then we will know what they're about here. Usyk's putting his hands up a bit. Okay, so they come face-to-face. Put a bit of music. I don't want to get in trouble for copyright.
It was announced. I thought it's a more competitive fight on paper than that.
So you got... I don't think they're going to speak. So Usyk's looking him straight in his soul. Dubois has to look at him in his soul. Let's see if anyone does anything here. Remember the last one, Dubois ended up pushing him. Usyk fully believes, fully confident. Already beaten this guy before, beat him to a jab. Dubois, obviously, he's come back from the 3 wins he's had. He's mentally, psychologically, I think he's in a better place than he's ever been. He's younger than Usyk. He could be the next biggest thing. He's got probably the most power out of all of them. I'm not saying he's the most technical fighter. Who's got more hunger? Usyk, from what they're saying, there's still a lot of hunger in Usyk left. And Usyk is a tactician. He's not going to just go in there and swing it out with Dubois. Technically, Usyk is probably the better fighter. He's looking him straight in his soul. No fear in heart. Dubois has to stare back at his soul. This is where you can see subtle signs. I can't see anything as of right now. Is anyone going to do anything here? They're just reading each other. Reading each other. The way Usyk's looking at him is like Dubois still looks like a kid here. Still has that little kid vibe. Usyk's like, I beat you once. I think Dubois just said something to him. Oh, look what Usyk just done right at the end. Usyk did something with his face there. So Usyk, I know you didn't see that, but Usyk moved his face to this side. Then he moved it to that side. Then he moved it to this side. And then he carries on staring at Dubois. Put the volume a little bit up.
Yeah. It's something you can't teach.
Strange to see Usyk get up before it finished.
Yeah, I think.
So he's putting his fingers up again, guys. Usyk there. So guys, that's really the face-off. That's it, and then they walk off. What I saw from the last little 2-second thing where Usyk done that thing with left and right to Dubois. Let me see if I can get a better video of that, and I will show you something that I did notice, but I can't really say it is in that sort of moment. I can't really class it as exactly that. Let's have a look. Okay, this is the one to have a look at, guys. So look at this. This is what he done at the end. Left, right. Dubois says Kingslayer. Okay, watch this again, guys. Watch this again. Face goes to the left, looks at Dubois. Face goes to the right, looks at Dubois. Dubois goes Kingslayer. Have you seen anything like this before, guys? Where have you seen this before? You can't think. Let me show you. Remember what Usyk did to Dubois, guys? Look at this. One to the left, one to the right. Usyk did that to Dubois. Now what does that mean, guys? You tell me. Is that cockiness? Like, remember what happened to Francis Ngannou when he did those antics? He got battered, he got dropped, and he lost badly. So has Usyk kind of planted that in his own head? Now again, for me, it does look slightly different because AJ's reaction was a bit different. Dubois' reaction after that, he said Kingslayer. But these little antics, guys, these little overconfident stuff, sometimes, not always, sometimes, guys, that can be the end or be all. Ngannou must have thought he was just going to go through him. And again, this is a totally different thing. I'm just reading certain body languages. When you go on the left-hand side of someone's face, right in someone's face, it's like saying, I don't see you as a threat. Now, is Usyk in his right to do that? Usyk's fought it before, so yeah. But as I said, I'll show you both of them side to side. That left and right shit could be danger for Usyk, in my opinion. You don't want to underestimate Dubois. The guy has got power in his hands. And if he knocks you out, if he connects on you, he can knock you out. So I'm not saying anything, and I'm not saying, Dubois is going to win this fight because Usyk did the head thing. But you don't know, guys. Ngannou did this to AJ. Now, I get it, he's an MMA fighter, etc., etc. Forget that, but he got battered. He got taken out of his feet. So these little subtle tales, you got to look back at certain fights and you got to pick up certain patterns. And you got to use that evidence to say, you know what? Who's done this before? Usyk's just done what fucking Ngannou done to AJ. No one's noticed that. I've picked it up, guys. These little things, again, these are very slight. These might not make a big difference, but you gotta look at these certain things. You don't want to get overconfident. Even Usyk, he doesn't want to be overconfident. He wants to see Dubois as a threat. Now, I do believe he does see Dubois as a threat. I don't think he's that, like, over in his head that he's 100% won. But if he is, and there's any bit of Ngannou-ness in him, it could end badly for Usyk. But yeah, guys, that's just going to be my video. You leave your thoughts below. I will be breaking down more of the Usyk and Dubois fight as we get closer. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and I will be doing my predictions and any other psychological advantages as we get closer to the fight. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.